Hi everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Andrew Rathbun, saxophonist, composer, bandleader, and professor of saxophone and jazz studies at Western Michigan University. Andrew is here to show us how to work with primary and secondary meters.
Thanks so much, Dan, and thanks again for having me. I'm super excited to be back to give another short presentation here. So a couple years ago, I began to get more interested in layering different meters in my own music, and we're going to listen to an example in just a few minutes that really takes full advantage of this concept and this idea. So the key points for today are I want to talk about layering different rhythmic groupings to imply like secondary and ternary meters over a primary meter, and we're going to do that by grouping notes that infer a meter, like grouping eighth notes, like for instance in 4/4, grouping them in sixes, so it infers a 3/4 meter, or using triplets to infer a different tempo, or what Jerry Bergonzi calls different rhythmic gears. So grouping triplets in groups of two to infer a slightly faster tempo. So I've drawn up a couple examples, very crude finale examples to try and illustrate this. So we're going to check these out, and I'll talk about each of them once they conclude. So let's listen to the first one. So this is groupings of 6/8 notes, or a 3/4 inferred meter over a 4/4 meter. That's one that is very easy to digest, and something you might consider trying to incorporate into your music. Obviously, some things that help with this are accents. I don't know if you noticed in the example, but the downbeats of the 3, da 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 da, are all accented to again give the illusion of that 3/4 meter over the 4/4. The next example is grouping eighth notes in groups of 9. So this implies like a 9/8 rhythm over 4/4. So why don't we give this one a listen? So this is one that I like because I like the idea of things flipping around to different beats in 4/4. So if you're thinking of it in 9, or if the inference of the 9 would be groups of 2 and groups of 3. Da 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 da. So that would be the 9. But over the 4, the accents kind of shift to different parts in the bar, and that's something I'm really interested in, and that's something that I like using these techniques, because it gives the 4/4 a completely like different flavor with when you have that 9, implied 9/8 over top of it. And then the last example we have is this idea of a different rhythmic gear by getting to a different meter with groups of triplets grouped in groups of 2s. So let's check that one out. What I did there, just for the example, was I did 2 bars of 4, and then the second 2 bars is what the meter would be if we accented quarter note triplets. So that ends up being the tempo is 100, and at the double bar line it's 150. So it's like a ratio of 2 to 3, which I think is an interesting ratio. So on the example I wrote, it's slightly faster. It's a little bit, maybe more than slightly faster than that initial 4/4. But I really enjoy this. I use this a lot, not only writing wise, but playing wise. I love to play like in this in this other tempo over top of the 4/4. So again, if this is the quarter note, da 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 da. So da 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 da. I really like doing that, playing wise, and I've started to incorporate it more in my writing. We're going to shift to the score and the musical example. This is from an upcoming record that hopefully is going to be out in the fall. This includes a lot of my colleagues at Western Michigan University. We did a recording of all of my compositions. So this piece is called Different Directions. And the second point I wanted to bring up today is not only implying different meters with these different groupings and triplets, but also implying or hinting at long and short meters. So you'll notice when you see the score, the piece begins in 6, but we have some of the lower instruments like the guitar playing an implied 4/4 rhythm with half notes. So it's like half the tempo, but the notes are grouped in 4s, and so that implies really like a 4 feeling. And when we first started playing this piece, sometimes it became difficult to figure out where the downbeats of the 6 were versus this sort of implied 4/4. And that's the kind of thing I really enjoy. I really like the illusion of these different meters and whatnot. So why don't we take a listen to this? And I've annotated the score with lots of different brackets of the way the notes are grouped, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. So let's check it out. I hope you can hear the different layerings and all the different things that are going on in that piece that kind of are playing off one another. For me, it really guides the listener to some different avenues and different places to listen to, and really it's just the idea of pulse changing and the idea of these different layered pulses over top of one another. So hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it, and look forward to seeing you very soon. Thanks.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head over to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.